Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So, as you can tell by the title and the way I look, I am literally fresh out of the shower. Today, we are going to be changing out my Labret piercing. Now, I got my Labret pierced 2 weeks ago, so it has been 2 weeks. Everything has been going really well. The healing process was a little bit rough in the beginning. It was a little bit painful, but I am doing good right now, and I have a really long bar in, as you can see. And it's driving me nuts. It keeps snagging on my teeth. I keep almost biting on it. It keeps like folding and flipping in my mouth, and it's just driving me nuts. Now, it is not 100% healed yet. I'm very well aware of that. It still has many weeks to go in the healing process, but it is going to take even longer to heal if it keeps snagging and pulling and getting irritated. So switching to a shorter bar, I am still going to be taking care of it like I would any new piercing. Getting it down to that shorter bar is definitely going to help. The longer bar is only necessary for the first couple of weeks for the swelling, because when you get a new piercing, you typically swell. So that is what we are going to be doing today. I am a little bit nervous because the jewelry that I got, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it is the right size. I did switch out my Medusa because I'm going to be matching the jewelry. So what you see in my Medusa right now is going into my Labret. So I got identical jewelry. I just switched this one out, and we're gonna do this one on camera. And I'm doing this fresh out of the shower because I find changing piercings when you're fresh out of the shower is easier. Like, everything is relaxed, everything is really clean. So I just like to change piercings a lot right after the shower, so that is why I look the way that I look. The jewelry that I'm going to be putting in my Labret, I got it off of Urban Body Jewelry. It is a 16 gauge. It is 1/4 of an inch long. I think that's about 6.3 millimeters, if my memory serves me correct. Now, my Labret was pierced with a 14 gauge needle, and I'm going to be putting in a 16 gauge piece of jewelry. And a lot of you are probably like, why? Why are you doing that? Typically, when you get a lip piercing, the two most common gauge sizes for a lip piercing is a 14 gauge or a 16 gauge. My Medusa was pierced with a 16. My Labret happened to be pierced with a 14. Not really a big deal to me, but the reason I'm going down to a 16 is when I was online doing all of my shopping for lip rings, I, for the life of me, could not find identical matches for both my Medusa and my Labret, one in a 16 and one in a 14. It was like damn near impossible. I couldn't find exactly what I was looking for in both those different gauges that matched perfectly, if that makes sense. So I am going to be downsizing to a 16 gauge. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's not going to hurt anything. If anything, it'll make changing it a lot easier because it's going to be something smaller going in something bigger. So that's just what I'm going to be doing today. This one is a 16 gauge, 1/4 of an inch, 6.3 millimeters, and this is internally threaded. What I currently have in is a 14 gauge 3/8 barbell. 3/8 is quite long compared to 1/4. Now, I am taking quite a gamble with this size because I do not know if this is going to be long enough. 1/4 is pretty damn short. That's what I use for a lot of my jewelry because everything on me is so very small. So I kind of just guessed. It's no secret here on my channel that I'm not very well versed in the sizing of things as far as like length goes. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of play around with this and see what happens. So the things that I have here on my desk, make sure that this goes smoothly, and just smoothly, is I have some gloves. I will be using gloves. The reason why I will be using gloves is because humans naturally have oils on their fingers, and it can make dealing with jewelry a little bit harder and a little bit more slippery. So the gloves are just to help me grip things better. The other thing I have here is my Neil Med Piercing Aftercare Spray, just to kind of clean around the area. I have some fresh tissues, freshly opened box of tissues right here. The new jewelry, obviously, and a pair of hemostats. Now, Funny story behind these hemostats is I needed to get new hemostats for work. I'm a dog groomer. We use hemostats for a lot of different things in the industry, and I wanted to get some for work, some new ones. Now, we don't ever need hemostats this big in dog grooming. At least I don't. And when I ordered them, I wasn't paying attention to the size. I was like, that should be good. Remember what I said earlier about how I'm not very good at sizing?
I'm not very well versed in the sizing of things as far as like length goes.
Well, these big honking things showed up at my door, and I was like, well, what the fuck? Like, these are huge. I don't need these at work. So I actually decided to use these for piercings, and they've been working wonderful for me. So I am going to be using this pair of locking hemostats. I just got these off of Amazon. This is going to help me grip the bar and hold the bar in place so I can screw and unscrew the ball. Okay, this is just going to make my life a lot easier. Now, a couple of things I need to do to get ready is I need to, one, wash my hands, and I need to wash the new jewelry. For that, I'm just going to be using antibacterial soap, and I'm going to be using a paper towel to dry everything. I'm not going to be using a crusty, dusty old hand towel, and yeah, we're just going to make this smooth. I really hope this goes well. I've never been so nervous to change jewelry in my life. Like, I don't know why I'm so nervous, but it is what it is. Also, my lips are incredibly chapped right now, and I really need some chapstick, but I'm going to hold off on that until we change it, because I don't need more slipperiness in this area right now, okay? So I will be right back. I'm going to go wash the jewelry and my hands, and we can get started. Okay, I am back. Everything is washed, hands are washed, jewelry is washed. Now I am going to move you guys in pretty close so we can see what is going on here, and we can get started. Okay, let's do it. So I'm going to take the new jewelry right here, and I'm just going to unscrew the ball. That way it is ready, so I can just do a really quick switcheroo. Now, I should probably clarify this. My piercing does not hurt right now. There is absolutely no pain, but it is still definitely healing. There's still some healing going on there, so we just have to be very careful with this. Here we go. I'm going to take my hemostats, and I'm going to wrap it around the bar like this, and we're going to unscrew. Okay, so the ball is off, and now I'm going to pull it out. Okay, so this was the barbell that was in my lip. Very, very long. It did not hurt at all to pull it out whatsoever. It is a little bit red. Okay, and then I'm going to right away take the new post. Okay, change of plans. 1/4, way too tight. So thankfully, I have a little backup size. This one right here, it's a little bit longer, so we are going to do this one instead. Much better. Ta-da! Oh my gosh, you guys, that was almost a fail. Holy shit. So right now I am having absolutely no pain. It is a little bit red, obviously, because I just was sticking things in and out of it that really wasn't necessary. So what happened was I got the 1/4 barbell in just fine. It went through, and then when I started to screw the ball on, I was kind of thinking to myself, I want it to be snug, but I don't want it to be this snug, if that makes sense. And once I got the ball on, I kind of sat there for a minute, and I was like, this is way too tight. This is way too damn tight right now. So I knew in the back of my head, I was like, wait, I have an exact same post that is like maybe a millimeter longer, that I can use. It's 16 gauge, it's externally threaded, so it's not internally threaded, but it was a 16 gauge, I want to say maybe 7mm. So I got that out, I quickly ran and washed it, and I switched it to that one, and this feels a lot better. So yeah, I'm feeling really good, you know, no pain, there is a little bit of redness. Now, what I am anticipating for the next few days, even week, is the nesting period. Now, if you have never had your lip pierced, you probably don't know what that is, but typically once you get your lip pierced and you change it for the first time to something shorter, you go through what's called the nesting period, which is basically where your body is like adjusting to the new jewelry, and sometimes it can get a little bit uncomfortable and it can be a little bit sore. I am definitely 100% expecting that. I really wish I could have kept the 1/4 in, because it felt good in my lip. Like, I didn't feel it catching on my gums or rubbing on my gums as much, but it was too snug. Especially for being this early on, it was too snug. So it is shorter, much shorter now, but not to the point where it's going to like suffocate it while it's still healing, if that makes sense. So maybe like in a few months I'll try a 1/4 again. Maybe I'm still a little bit swollen, I don't really know, but I just wasn't comfortable leaving the 1/4 in. So here's what the new jewelry looks like in. I am much happier with how this looks. The ball is a lot smaller. It is a lot shorter. It's not moving around all over my mouth. I much prefer the way this feels and looks. It's nothing like exciting. It's nothing like gorgeous. It's literally the exact same style that I had in before, just shorter and smaller diameter ball size. So they kind of match now, and yeah, we will see how this goes. But I am like sweating bullets right now because that was so nerve-wracking. I was like, oh my god, like infection in the house, like, oh my god. I was like, what did I do? I'm such an idiot. I shouldn't have done this. God! I did it. We did it. It's over. It's fine. Everything's good. You good? Everyone good? Good. Here is what the new jewelry looks like. Again, not having any pain whatsoever, so there we go. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you go down and give it a huge thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it, especially after everything I just went through just now. That was so stressful. Like, I don't know if you guys could see my hand shaking, but I was like, God, this isn't going well. If you guys are new to my channel and this is the first video of mine that you are seeing, I promise I am not always a train wreck looking like an egg. If you wouldn't mind, please hitting that red subscribe button so you guys can check out more videos from me. I would also greatly appreciate it. As for the rest of you, I love you guys so very much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. I love you guys. Bye. Mwah. Hey guys, so first off, excuse my appearance, okay? I look like crap. I'm having a house cleaning day, so I just look like this. But I wanted to add on to this video and give you guys a 1-month update on my Labret. Today, as I am filming this clip, it has officially been 1 month exactly since I got my Labret pierced, and you guys just finished watching me changing it for the first time. After I had changed it the first time, after you guys saw, about a week and a half after I had put that jewelry in, I think it was still a little bit swollen when I changed it the first time. It wasn't like hurting or anything, but I think it was still a little bit swollen because about a week and a half after I changed it to what you guys just saw, it still was really long and it was still really rubbing and catching on my teeth quite a bit. I did finally, like a few days ago, I finally put in the initial original jewelry that I wanted to put in. That 16 gauge, 1/4 of an inch little barbell. I officially was able to fit that in, and this one, it fits perfect now. It is not too short. It doesn't like squeeze. It's not too snug. I mean, it's snug, but it's snug comfortably, if that makes sense. Like, it's not super long. It's not catching on my teeth. So here's what it looks like now. This is the initial jewelry that I wanted to put in, and I finally was able to fit it in. So this is what the finished and complete look looks like. I did recently just finish cleaning it because I had some spaghetti for dinner and I had like sauce all over my mouth. So I did just finish cleaning off the spaghetti sauce. I'm sorry this video was a little bit kind of all over the place and a little bit messy and not very professional looking on my part, but it finally all worked out, and I much prefer the more snug, shorter jewelry. I'm just really glad that I had that like 7.5 millimeter barbell to put in, because if I didn't, I would have had to keep that insanely long one in for even longer, and I did not want to do that. So, yeah, it was just really strange how like at 2 weeks it was still a little bit swollen. I couldn't notice it, but apparently it was, because now this one fits just fine. I was able to change it really, really fast. In like under 5 minutes, I was able to put it in, put the ball on, no problems whatsoever. It is definitely still healing. It is only a month old. My lip piercing is in no way healed. It probably has another month and a half to go left on the healing process. But so far, as of right now, it is doing really well. I am having absolutely no pain, no concerning issues whatsoever. I'm still getting a little bit of like the crusties and stuff like that, but that's, you know, that's just normal. And I do notice, because since I've had this pierced, I've worn makeup twice, and I do notice that when I do wear makeup, like a full beat or whatever, it does get a little bit red. So it is definitely not healed yet. It is going to take a minute, you know, to heal. So I'm still taking care of it. I'm still cleaning it. Not as like, you know, in depth as I was in the very beginning. I'm definitely like, you know, starting to transition out of that, but I am still taking care of it. I'm still cleaning it, washing it in the shower, things like that. But I did want to give you guys like a 1 month update. It is going much better now. It doesn't catch on my teeth. I'm not biting down on it, and I'm not playing with it anymore, because with the really long bar and then the bar that I had before this one, the one you guys saw me change it to just now, I was playing with it a lot. I was flipping it around in my mouth. I was grabbing it with my teeth. I was like, you know, playing with it, and I do not want to get in the habit of that, because I used to do that with my tongue ring, and the gum recession is real for my tongue ring, okay? So here's what the inside of this one looks like. So as you can see, we are getting into like the nesting phase a little bit, where the barbell kind of like sinks in a little bit. But again, it doesn't hurt. It's not uncomfortable. It's not bugging me. It's just what happens with lip piercings. Everyone goes through the nesting phase. So that's what that looks like. And this one, you know, I've had this one for forever now. That is the 1 month / jewelry update on my Labret piercing.